Namaste, beloveds. I had to clear some space up on my phone, so I apologize for the interruption, but I'll get right back into the flow of what we were speaking of. We were speaking about self inquiry and how this journey of arriving to this point for me has happened um, as an individual. It has been documented in all my videos and all my shares and all my blog talk radio shows. My spirit is my spirit, and my spirit is what I've always been most comfortable in, as, being as, existing within, even though this world taught me to be trapped and caged inside my person, my customized personal cell of identity and individualism. To feel uncomfortable in that place because it did not mirror, replicate, reproduce the image that is to be sought after, to be seen as beautiful, to be known as successful, to be known as rich, to be known as popular. I never fit in that world. And when I tried, it hurt. That's the best way to put it. It hurt. And it still hurts. It still hurts. It still hurts. And what does it hurt? It hurts the person. It hurts the person's image of itself. It hurts the personal feelings and thoughts. And the feelings and thoughts then get to run around like a hamster in a maze, looking for something to make it feel better, looking for something to comfort it, when the knowledge is that's a lie. That's not you. That's a version. That's a physical version that can be seen, that can be projected upon others, that can be seen and replicated by others. It's a look. It's a fashion statement. But it's not the truth of who you are, because that has no form. That has no form, it has no feelings, it has no thoughts about itself. It is only wisdom and knowledge. It is only awareness. Can you contemplate that? Can you hold being a consciousness, seeing everything, but not needing to judge it, not needing to label it, not needing to separate it into good, bad, high, low, blah, 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 blah. Frequency spectrum, dee-dee-da-dee-dee-da. Can you grasp what that kind of being, what that kind of consciousness allows? It's time that we began. That's what this Aquarian age is. It is giving us the ability to be more fluid in our conscious awareness. It is giving us the ability to see and know See and know. Yeah, you're messing with this, okay? Everything is not about appearance. And to separate yourself from that, we're addicted to the appearance. We're addicted to the person. We're addicted to being the person. We are attached to focusing and concentrating on being the person. And that distracts us and removes us from recognizing we are the spirit. And you have to argue with, no, right now I need to be that way, I need to do that, I need, and this is going to happen if I'm not, and that is going to happen, and they're not going to like me, and do. Self-inquiry. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. Those are the things that make you a person. So am I saying you are not a person? I'll let you answer that. That has to come from you. Are you a person? Are you a person? Are you your thoughts and your feelings? Are you your customized, conditioned, and understanding and belief system? And that's it. And you have blinders on and everything else just doesn't exist, or you're ignorant of it, or doesn't affect you because what you believe to be is real. Are you a person, or are you a conscious awareness? Are you a person with a conscious awareness? What if you're all? What if that's what being multiversal and multidimensional means? Can your mind handle all that? Can your nervous system adapt? Can you regenerate yourself physically so that you can exponentially, I don't know why that word keeps reappearing, okay? Exponentially, but this essence that is teaching or speaking loves that word, exponentially. Okay, focus back. Beloveds, you are capable of healing yourself from cancer. You're able of bringing yourself back from the outer reaches of death. You have awareness of outer body experiences. That's a conscious awareness. Please start being conscious of yourself as an unlimited being, and not as a customized slave to the rhythm of a dying system. You know, stars die. Listen to all the videos, beloveds. They're all woven together. And let everything sink in. Listen to it as much as you need to. The repetition is for a reason. It is called seeding. Some seeds fall by the wayside. Some seeds fall on the rocky shores. Some seeds fall in the water. Some seeds fall on fertile ground. So you keep reseeding, because that is the nature of multiplication, cosmic multiplication. Understanding, like I said, things from a cosmic level You are a cosmic being. You have had all of these beings who are in their personal identification try to assimilate a matrix system of your reproduction for generations now. And now you've reached this Aquarian age where regeneration of your conscious awareness, the refilling of your spiritual presence and knowing of yourself as a cosmic being. A cosmic being being a being that is capable of receiving cosmic frequencies, creating from a cosmic perspective, seeing things from the cosmic perception, with a cosmic perception. When you allow yourself to see in such a manner, nothing is not included. Everything is included. Everything is essential. Everything is beautiful. Everything has its place and its purpose. And everything will accomplish its purpose. This is cosmic knowing. This is where we're headed. But first, we have to see what personhood is doing to us as a species. We have to stop perpetrating personhood against ourselves and others. That is unconditional love. That is compassion. That is wisdom. That is understanding the flow of grace when you realize not everyone is on the same maturity level of conscious awareness as you are. It expands and it contracts. You may think you have one way, or you've got, I understand now. And something can happen 10 minutes later. What just happened? That is the contractions. That is the yin and the yang. Those are the forces needed to animate, to propel, to move, to help you be consciously aware, to reach higher states of awareness within yourself as a being. This body is limited to a certain number of years. This person is limited to a certain number of years. Those years are added to and subtracted by the way that she identifies and lives. If she is more in her thoughts and feelings, then her body won't be able to repair itself the way it needs to, because it's detrimental. The thoughts and the feelings are detrimental. The thoughts and the feelings is what is killing, is what is wounding, is what is hurting, is what is taking away from the soul aspect. The opposite of that is knowing yourself as an individual consciousness within the conscious collective of the cosmic collective consciousness, and expanding your way of being and knowing and doing and existing, building up from there, creating stability, creating balance from your spiritual conscious awareness, rather than trying to do it from your person and your personhood and your personality and your personas. I would say I've said it many times, beloveds, multiple personalitied. And those multiple personalities each have their own identification. And if you get into psychology and blah, 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 you'll see that there was a splitting from the core. There was a fragmenting and a shattering that happened with the core identity. And because of trauma, more identities, personas, awarenesses needed to come into play as containers in order to hold what they held and in order to interact so that others were shielded from the existing and being. It is a mechanism that humanity does not realize it is an aspect of. So when we have Trumps and Obamas and Pences and all the stars in the movie entertainment business system industry, all the ones in the film industry, all the one in the dance and arts and so forth and so on, those are multiple personalities expressing their persons, their personal, what they're receiving as frequencies and spectrums. It's very personal to them. I used to write a lot of poetry, short stories, and Spirit took me on this quest. And in the beginning, I was noticing everything was being copied and pasted into the world, but my signature was not there. My identification was not attached to it. And I became resentful of that for the longest time. And in my thoughts and my feelings, I manifested so much, but I tested so much. And now I have arrived at the cosmic viewpoint of understanding and understanding. It's not about a personal identity. Creativity is creativity. It belongs to the collective. But the human personas will steal it. The human personas will use it. The human personas will do with it what they will because they're in their personhood. They have no cosmic awareness. They have no cosmic conscious awareness of what it is to be spiritual. So they latch on and cling to the only identity that they have. And that is a self-created, customized version of what you see. And you may just see one aspect of them that they feel comfortable showing you. But there are shadow aspects that they don't show you, and that they are ashamed of, and that they will deny to the death. That they possess, because it's not part of their agreed upon persona. It doesn't fit their image. That is not supposed to be in their box of crayons. Not that color. It doesn't fit. It's not good enough. It's a mistake. It's an accident. Remove it. Get it surgically altered so it can look like it's supposed to. Blend it, mix it, do what you need to do so that it can be good enough. So that it can measure up to personhood and personal standards. Has to be weighed and measured to, that stuff has to matter. And when it has to matter, it materializes and actually becomes matter, which forms your kingdom, your realm, your garden, for you to tend and to attend and to be king in, to be God in. And so if your persona is one of anxiety, you manifest that, beloveds. You attract it. You create it. You reproduce it. You're like a beacon symbol for more anxiety frequencies. Anything that's going to cause you anxiety, you're calling it to you because you cannot stop thinking about it. And you cannot stop feeling anxious about it. Because you are attached and addicted to the identification that those thoughts and feelings give you. And you have to prove them what? Right or wrong? By the way that you do what? It's by the way that you be. By the way that you are. By the way that you is. Pay attention to what's going on in your news. Whether you get it from YouTube, you get it from television, you get it from your news, you get it from your friends, you get it from what you see, you get it from being still in what you know and you feel, the frequencies. Understand and understand that everything is to bring you to the awareness of what a person is, what a personality is, how that personality wants to be a star, how that personality takes upon roles in order to fulfill its characterizations, its measurements, and its limits of being the best it can be. And how all of that creates a reality, and we all consent to live in it because we believe that we are who. I am Valerie Ames Middlebrook and blah, blah, blah. I'm a big black woman of color and I'm this and I'm Native American and I'm this and I'm that and I'm me, I'm me. Everything and nothing. Can you be that? Can you be all of that and be nothing at the same time? Or do you constantly, wait, I'm being Valerie again. Dang it. Beloveds, how many billions of years has beings, intelligent beings, been on this planet? How many stories do you have? And yet we find ourselves once again where? Right here, smack dab in the middle of doing what? Knowing ourselves once again. Fighting with ourselves, killing ourselves, because we don't believe ourselves, we don't know ourselves. Because ourselves is a customized AI version of our conscious awareness projected by us. Meditate and think on it. Meditate and think on it. Don't get attached to the thoughts. Don't get addicted to the process of thinking about it. But become consciously aware. Conscious means you know. You don't mean there's no doubt, you know. Know what you know. And be okay with knowing that there will come a time that what you know will change. That's the yin and the yang. That's the motion. That's the wisdom of being. You can't just be one. You got to be all and nothing. It's not a choice. It's a way of being. But you got to see it and know it first. You got to practice it. You got to practice it. And it's not something you step in front of the mirror or the camera and practice. When you feel your thoughts and your stuff going a certain way, bring it back and say no. No, I'm not going to judge that. I see that. I see that as spirit showing me what personhood is and how it's a trap. And what happens when you get caught up in that trap. That's the diddly dee of it all. Trap. And a persona that you have to keep alive by any means necessary. And you do it through the concepts, through the philosophies of intelligence gathered throughout the universe and presented in universities as this is what you should know. This is, what is it called? Higher learning. And what are the people that teach? Doctors, masters, master teachers. Those are also personal customized clothes, robes, words, thought forms that you put yourself in to contain you. Because you don't know and you cannot accept your vastness. That nothing in the universe, nothing in the galaxy can contain what you are. And you are capable of giving birth and capable of creating unlimited ways of expanding conscious awareness. And it will come just as it has come before. Just as it is coming again, because time is irrelevant. It is one, past, present, and future. Know that. Don't get caught up in it. Don't get trapped by what you think is the reality of time. That's an illusion. Immortal beings, time doesn't exist. There are cycles and seasons to delineate what's coming. Because why? Everything repeats itself. Pay attention. Know what you know. Instinctively and intuitively. Know what you know. Not what somebody tells you. Know what you know. Know what you know to be right and know what you know to be wrong. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Okay? And understand that everything that is happening is part of the evolution, the revolution, the revolving, the re-sun for the person. Be better persons in realizing your spiritual conscious awareness and not rejecting it, not denying it, not resenting it. There are many who resent it, meaning that they are aware of it, but they see it as the cage. They see it as the chains because they don't get to do what they want to do. They don't get the sensual pleasures that the flesh is capable of. They don't get to do this and they don't get to do that. So the spirit is their chain, is their cage, is their prison, is their warden, is their bad guy. Consciously be aware of these things, of the frequencies that you're dealing with, the conscious awarenesses that you are dealing with, the collectives that you're dealing with. Cosmically understand that the earth is, the word that wanted to come forth was infested. Take it as you will. Infested. Infested with personalities throughout the cosmos, throughout the universe, throughout the galaxy. Here on Earth, it's infested. And what needs to happen to clean it up? once again, is to bring in a higher conscious awareness, a higher spiritual conscious awareness, to get rid of your enslavement to your thoughts and your feelings, your enslavement to your lusts, your enslavement to your preferences, your enslavement to your feelings and thoughts of entitlement. You need to identify the truth. What is the truth? What holds you down? And what allows you to be free and to soar? What truly is bliss? Is it some limited physical pleasure that the body holds? That come when you masturbate, or you take personal pleasure with yourself, or you give personal pleasure to another? From your personhood, and not your spiritual conscious awareness. Spiritual conscious awareness is bliss. It is pure bliss. And it is expanded upon simply by the knowledge and the acknowledging of it. It doesn't have to be touched, rubbed, kissed. Doesn't need friction. Doesn't need a top or bottom position. It doesn't need a soul mate. It simply is a state of being, an awareness of everything and nothing. Yes, we have bodies, and yes, these bodies love to be touched, and so much pleasure can be had when they are teased and tantalized based upon the person's personality, their customized list of what they like and what they don't like. But bliss is everything. There is no, oh, I like this, but I don't like that, and I do this when I'm a top, but I'm not a bottom, and I'll do this, but I don't do that, and I'll, well, I do this, but I'm ashamed of that, and that, and well, we're not supposed to do that, and if you know what bliss truly is, you know that it's not a sexual act. It is not achieved from a sexual act. It is not achieved through flesh rubbing flesh. More so, spirit rubbing spirit. Spirit expanding and contracting spirit. That's why you instinctively say what? Oh God! Discipline is knowing when your person, your personalities want to get loose or they done got loose, and you say, come back here. Come back home, inside, stay in there. Go stay in there. Let spirit be spirit, okay? Spirit exists. Let spirit be. You don't need to be an image or form to portray who you are. You don't have to speak to let somebody know who you are. You can just be. And know how powerful that is. Observe it. Sit in it. Know it. Wear that as your skin. That knowing, that consciousness. Use it to manifest your realities, your kingdoms. Use it to draw near to you those who understand, who want to support that and not destroy it. And be able to tell the difference, beloveds. Again, 2023. A 7-year. Meaning we're getting ready to go into an 8. So pay attention to this 7-year, beloveds. And understand all the numbers up to 7. Understand what this cycle is. Understand what the cipher of it is. Cosmically, it's not about, but you can recognize the personalities that are popping up. The things that are being revealed about them is once again so that you can understand what personhood is. It's happening for a reason. It's happening for you. It's happening because of unconditional love. Understand what you're seeing. Don't judge those individuals. Understand what they're here to show you. Everything and nothing understands that it is not for us to judge. It is for us to observe and know. And to use that knowing to create better for the next 7 generations. So 7 years from now, not 7 years. Whew, do you see what I mean by time? By being mortal, what that does to us? We want to say 7 years from now, 7 generations from now. How many years is that? How many years is 7 generations from now? Can you even put a number to it? Based upon what? Because when you stand in your spiritual conscious awareness, you're activating immortality. And those generations can exist for longer and longer and longer periods of time. Nothing is new under the sun. We have revolved cosmically back to this point for a reason. Recognize it. Do not get lost in the gaslights. Do not get lost in the personalities. Do not get lost in what is shiny. Do not get lost in the suffering and the pain. Do not get lost. Be merciful with yourself. Have mercy. Bring that mercy and that compassion forward through your spirit, through your efforts, through your being, through your speech, through your self-love, updating practices that you do for yourself. I'm learning to care for myself. I'm learning to care for this body, because this body harbors my spiritual conscious awareness. This body is special because it is the material that has been woven together from my existence and experiences as a human being and as a spiritual conscious awareness. And so I need to be more aware of it. But I need to teach myself that, because once again, we have to constantly remind ourselves that we are not our thoughts and our feelings. And our thoughts and our feelings will constantly want to take us to a place of judgment. Understand where your thoughts and your feelings, what it does, it instantly becomes a courtroom. It instantly wants you to judge from a sensual perspective, what you've seen, what you heard, what you felt, what you did, not from a spiritual conscious awareness, because those would be two different judgments rendered. One would be high and one would be low. This is going to take time. Be patient. Understand the craziness that you're seeing. Understanding the systems that are being destroyed by their appearances, by their personalities. Don't judge. Just observe. Speak your truth. Stay in your lane. Listen to your instincts and intuition and allow them to guide you, because that's a higher knowing than anything you've learned or that has been taught to you or that has been put in a box and considered, okay, this is appropriate and that is not appropriate for this time, age, gender, sex, race, blah, 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 blah. Meaning that at one point in time it was. That's the contrast. That's the yin and the yang. That's the wisdom of up and down. In and out. Spiritual conscious awareness and personal conscious awareness. Apples and oranges, baby. But you're both. And both bear fruit. And both will bear works. It's up to you. That is going to do it for today, beloveds. I believe for right now. That is going to do it for this video, I will say. And again, I will be sharing as I am motivated to do so. Know that there are so many things that are changing. Allow the change, beloveds. Allow some things to die. And try not to grieve over them, because everything comes and goes. And it comes and goes maybe just in a physical sense, but in a spiritual sense, it's here. People still are talking about Atlantis. People are still talking about Mu. Beings are still saying they're from Sirius, they're from Mars, they're from blah, 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 blah. They're from this galaxy, they're from that galaxy. They are members of this, that, and the other. It exists in their awareness. I used to want to say, that's crazy. Cosmic consciousness is not crazy. It's all inclusive. And just because you're not aware of it or familiar with it does not mean it does not exist for others as their reality. Realities converge here on earth. That's its point. That's its purpose. In the cosmic whatever of things. I don't even have the word for it. Blueprint. Okay, beloveds, that is it. Namaste, and thank you. Stay vigilant, spiritually vigilant. Stay aware. Be more aware of yourself. That means be more present. Spiritually present, not personally present. Be less personally present. Be more spiritually present. And there will be many who will have a hard time with you being spiritually more present than being in your persona, being in your personhood. Because they're used to trauma bonding with you in that space. Tell them to come bond with you in that conscious spiritual awareness where y'all can have some bliss. Bump all that trauma bonding. Give me some bliss. Okay? I am bliss. Come join me in my bliss. No, thank you. I don't want to go over there with your messy mess. Okay? No. Your feelings and your thoughts of what I should be, what I did, no. I'm good. I stay here. I'm good. Allow yourself to know when you're good. And allow yourself to have that conversation with you. You're not missing anything, boo-boo. Snap out of it. Okay? You've been there. What happens over there? Okay. Do you see anything different? You're not missing anything. Consciously be aware of that. And you can consciously stop yourself from trauma bonding and inflicting more. Hurt people. Okay? That's what the interaction is about, hurting. You know, even if it's hurting so good. Hurt me so good, Daddy. Mm-hmm. It's all trauma bonding, beloveds. It's not trauma bonding when you can be with someone and not even speak a word. You don't even have to touch. But you can be in a consciousness and share a spiritual consciousness that is still. Okay, beloveds, that's going to do it. This is Motherhood Wisdom, Valerie Ames, blah, blah, blah. Personality, personhood. I wondered, and okay, this just shot up in my head, how when prisoners go into prison, they don't call them by their name, they're assigned numbers. So you're A block, A cell, C, blah, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have to now become that person. You no longer identify with your name. You're now A, C, 1 cell, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot to... Spirit is giving us a lot. This upload of information it's very deep, beloveds. So, again, be consciously aware of your presence at all times. Are you in the vastness, the unlimitedness, that which has no beginning or cannot die or be hurt? Or have you zoomed back into human eyesight and perspective of thoughts and feelings, where you can be touched at any moment, where you can be killed, where you can have your sensations satisfied, because that's a form of escape as well. It's a way of identifying yourself as well. I'm a sexual being. Really? What else are you? Find out. No judgment on how you find out. We're all here to find out. But know that each time you give yourself a label, you're limiting. You're saying, I'm limited to this. By saying you're everything and nothing, you're all inclusive. There's nothing you are not. You don't have to go around defining what you are. I'm this. And I like that, and I don't like this, but I'll do that, but don't judge me. Be with yourself for a while and know yourself intimately. Beloveds, get to know yourself intimately. Have that dark night of the soul where you go and you lay in the arms of your shadow. And you let your shadow speak to you. Your truth that you hide from yourself. Of what's there. All your little dirt that you shove down under the basement. Throw it down the stairs. I'll think about it later. That used to be my words. I got it from Gone with the Wind. I won't think about that today. I'll think about it tomorrow. As a single mother, that was my nesting place. I'll think about it tomorrow. I ain't gonna worry about it right now. Can't worry about it right now. I got this child, I got to do this, I got to do that. We got to have lights, we got to have water, we got to have food, we got to have clothes. She need to go to school. I can't worry about this, that, and the other. I'll think about that tomorrow. There is a peace that is bliss when you get away from the anxiety of thoughts and feelings, of identifying so much, of being under the control of your thoughts and your feelings. But it's a process, baby. And can't nobody tell you how to get there. Can't nobody tell you how to do it. Can't nobody tell you when you're doing it right and when you're doing it wrong. Only you. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving with yourself. Have mercy on you. Have mercy on you. You would have mercy on others. Have mercy on you. It's a hard thing when you in that persona and you got to be strong and you got to be a black woman and you got to do this and you got to do that. But when you strip it all off and know that you everything and then, baby, stand and let it come. Let it come. What will be, let it come. I put my faith in the cosmic wisdom of existence, existing and continuing to exist. Come on. It's a whole nother ball game, baby. Whole nother ball game. Home base takes on a whole nother meaning, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. We're gonna bring it all back here, and there we go. And okay. Beloveds, know yourself. Know yourself. Know your presence. Each and every aspect of your presence. When this aspect is up front and center. And when this aspect is up front and center, what's pushed back? What's denied? What's brought forward? Know yourself. You sit up here and you know more about a Kim Kardashian and a this and a that and an image on a TV or a character in a book than you know about yourself. You study other things, everything except you. Study you. Get athletic with the knowing you in and out and up and down and round and round. It's time. Okay. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button. You'll know when the videos are uploaded. There is no scheduled timing for the videos. It's whenever the spirit hits, it hits. And I listen. Yes, Mom. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed, beloveds. I hope you're able to come back to this and be able to see your stair steps, be able to create and build solidly your foundation, your way up. From what was given to me, I share. What I've received. It ain't been easy. It ain't been easy because, let me tell you, fat meat is greasy, baby. That's the truth. But everything is perfect in its design. Because that's the will of wisdom. Set your burdens of carrying everything down. And just learn to have faith in being present in the moment. And consciously, spiritually aware of what unconditional love is and operating from there, making your decisions, using discernment from there. Okay, beloveds, that's going to do it. Thank you.